Hey guys, happy new year! Yay! Yay! I hope there were firework effects playing there, because if not, that would look a little awkward. So a few months back in my Discord server, join that by the way, I made a channel called Ask Bedlam because I noticed a lot of people were asking me questions, and I was kind of struggling to like respond to them, and I noticed like some of the questions are kind of repeat questions that I like just kept responding to, and that was annoying. And also a lot of people, I think, maybe were getting their questions kind of fall under the radar, or some of them might have been good questions that maybe I just don't see. And so I decided to make a channel where I compiled all of the questions people have for me in one place so I can answer them all. And some of these questions are but some questions are actually pretty good. A lot of people started asking questions, and I fell really behind on it. And so today, to celebrate the New Year's and my resolution to actually answer the people's questions, I decided to capture to every question that is in the channel right now. Of course, skipping all of like the kind of the slop questions. It is going to be an answering your questions speed run, but only the interesting ones. Let's jump right into it, and hope you guys have a wonderful New Year's celebration. Let's jump right into it. Which is closer to a woman? Okay. What? Alright. Guys, what are these questions, bro? When next on the main channel? Haha! Do you feel like you've actually grown as a person since starting YouTube? Does your life actually feel different from before you started? That's actually kind of an interesting question. I will say, I don't know if I've grown as a person. I've changed as a person, I will say. Which is like, it's kind of scary, because I like the person that I was before I did YouTube. When I started actually like making more videos, when my channel started getting bigger, I was always thinking in the back of my head, I was thinking a lot about like other creators that I've seen that all like get kind of warped after doing content creation and just become like worse people, or like jaded people, or like the story. I mean, these like content creators, like super awesome, wholesome person that like kind of gets burned out and then has some controversies and just everything goes to shit. I'd like to say I've held to my ideals, I guess, and sense of morals pretty well for the most part. Despite that, I think my life does feel quite a bit different from since I've started YouTube. I will say I've regressed in some ways, but like made gains in other ways. It's kind of like, I guess I've specialized in a sense. Before, I think I was a little bit more well-rounded, but since I've done YouTube, I think I've gotten a lot better at like a few very specific things that are YouTube related, and I've gotten worse at everything else. One of them being like social interactions. I think I've actually gotten worse at like interacting with people. I was okay before. I was pretty well adjusted. I was like actually, I was like on my path to becoming neurotypical, and then on YouTube it just like I'll kind of like, I feel like I've gotten very weird. Weird is also funny in a sense. Like the crazier you are, I think the better videos you can make. Which is also kind of like, it's like it's just one of those things. It's like it's just a lot of trade-offs, but it's fun. We'll see what happens in a year. You have 10 mil to become controversial. Yeah, I mean, okay, here's the other thing too, is that like a lot of things with like controversies are not necessarily, I feel like I could see me getting in a controversy without me having done anything wrong, from my perspective. Like I think as a good example is probably when I lost my creator code. Just like the Mr. P joke, I don't think the Mr. P joke was a big deal. I'm gonna be honest, I really don't care about it. Now I've since stopped making those kinds of jokes a little bit, but like I haven't I joke about the joke, but I've not like directly made the same type of joke as since. It was also kind of a lame joke, to be honest, but like, like I don't think it was like a morally wrong thing to joke about that per se, but it kind of got me in a quote unquote controversy. But like I whatever, right? It's like, I think those types of things probably can happen. If it happens, hopefully it's not too bad. It's, guys, you know what actually sucks is if I get caught in a controversy and I fucked up, then I feel that like makes sense. Like that's congruent with my understanding, because I'm being punished for doing something bad. That makes sense, right? That's like, okay, I have to course correct, no longer do the bad thing, and avoid the punishment, and like that's all clean. It's nice. If I fall in a controversy and get punished for something that I don't think was bad, that shit is like so fucking stupid. It's just like, it's not only is it like hard to kind of understand it as like, why am I suffering for something I don't even think I did that wrong? There's also a sense of like, like injustice. There's like, dude, this is so unfair. And it makes it even harder for me to then like course correct or like make the proper choices. It's very mindfucky. Bro, every question, I feel like I've seen this Seb guy so much. What is going on? Why? It's not even the Seb guy. There's other people too. They're just asking for a Astolfo cosplay. What the fuck is this? What? It's all just Astolfo cosplay, bro. Are you gonna hit pro before you turn 30? I don't know, man. I guess I got like 6-7 years. Is there any specific reason you aren't as active in your Discord as you used to be? That's actually a good question. I've talked about this before. It's a mixture of a few things. One of them is that I get kind of overwhelmed. These are the DMs that I haven't responded to yet. I don't know if you can see them in the top left. Oh, Kev is up there. I should probably respond. But like, there's also like message requests that I haven't seen yet. I don't know if you can see that behind the cooking stream text. I have a lot of message requests that I also have not responded to. I get kind of emotionally overwhelmed with responding to all of my notifications, because Discord isn't the only platform. There's also Twitter, which I've completely given up on, and also my emails. I get people messaging me a lot, and I appreciate it. It's a sign that people care about me, and I really do. I'm thankful for that. And they, people like my content and stuff, and they're excited to talk to me and they want to reach out. And that's again, trying to be ungrateful or anything. But it's just like, if I wanted to respond to it every day, it would probably take me around 30 minutes. Like if I kept up with it and like respond to it every day. And my social battery is just not really wired that a lot of the time, I think, for some reason. I don't know. But like if I miss a day, what happens is that, there are more people who message me, and then it like the amount of messages like kind of increases. And then that pile gets more exhausting to go through. But I do go through it, but then I will be tired after that, and then I'll miss like 3 days in a row, and then the problem compounds from there. It's like at this point I'm so behind on messages. There's messages from like a couple weeks ago that I haven't responded to. At some points it got so bad, there were messages from multiple months ago that I hadn't responded to because I just was so fucking mentally not I just couldn't do it. I don't know. That's one part of it, is that I just get really emotionally overwhelmed for responding to everything. Because, when I also respond to someone, they respond back usually, and then there's a back and forth, like a conversation that happens. And these messages aren't always just simple, like, hey, I'm a big fan of your videos, love you, by the way, and then the peace out. It's like a very specific, hey, I love your videos, and also, here's a specific question that you need to think about to answer. They might ask for like a very specific question, or like, hey, can I get help for this thing? Or hey, what are your thoughts on this thing? And it's just like they'll ask subsequent questions that then it turns into a conversation, and it takes a while. That's one of the aspects for why I haven't been as active in my Discord, is just because I got really emotionally tired from everything. But also there's also another element to it where in my head it's like stupid, but I feel rude only responding to certain things. Like, because I think a lot of people might listen to what I'm going through and be like, well, that's so easy, just don't respond to, you don't have to respond to everybody who messages you. And I think that is understandable and probably realistic, but I feel bad ignoring some people but responding to others. Because, for one, it's like that's kind of how you create an echo chamber, where you only specifically like are receptive to feedback that is positive to you, that you enjoy. I think humans would be generally inclined if they only responded to things that they were interested in, to kind of create a bubble of slop. But like that's like kind of a little too high level. It's also more just like, if I only respond to certain people, it's like, well, everybody is a fan equally. It's like everybody likes me and watches my videos, and like they're big fans. Like they say that in the messages, and it's like I just feel bad not responding to them, but then responding to someone else that's like easier to respond to. But it's like weird. There's a sense of like unfairness there that bothers me. And so in my head, I'm thinking, well, if I respond to one, I have to respond to all of them. So that's kind of like what happens, is like, if I respond to just one thing, I have to respond to everything, and then responding to everything then becomes too expensive and taxing emotionally for me to respond to any of them. So that's also kind of fair though. It's like I either respond to everyone or I respond to no one. Either way, that's fair. It's like if I don't respond to anyone, then in my head I'm like, well, okay, at least everyone's getting ghosted equally. So that was kind of like my thought process for a while. DMs are also particularly like kind of my weak spot. What I will respond to pings usually in my Discord server, which is kind of funny, but that's just because in my mind, pings are a little more time based. Like if I wait too long, a ping will get lost in the sea of pings and I will lose it forever. And that makes me feel really bad. So I do respond to pings usually a little bit more urgently. But DMs, just like, those are rough for me. Those are difficult. So I think those are the two main reasons why I'm not as active in my Discord. There's also one last reason too. It's also, whenever I do message in my Discord, I noticed there was a period of time where the conversations would just stop. Like, especially people would ping me in general, or Brawl General in particular, that's way more active. And, you know, someone would ping me and I would respond, and then whatever conversation is happening would just immediately like go silent. Because I think people see that I'm there and I can read what they're saying, and then like it just like changes the dynamic. And so I would see that and I'm like, okay, well, now I don't even necessarily want to like talk, because if I do, then people just stop talking. It like feels bad for whatever reason. But I lately I've been talking a little bit more, and I think it's been fine. So maybe that was just a temporary thing. I don't really know. And the next question is, you're thrown into Star Park and it's the Angels vs Demons event. Who are you trying to smash first, the Angels or the Demons? What made you decide not to pursue medical school after college? I'm a pre-med bio major and just wanted to know what factors affected your decision. Mostly that you have plenty of time, I guess. If I wanted to, I could still apply to medical school. Assuming that the digital footprint is not cooked. If the digital footprint is not cooked, I could still apply to medical school if I wanted to. I have, you know, the transcript that I need and everything, and the GPA and whatever, and the, you know, the recommendation letters. It's like, you know, just, it's like, and then you just like, you study for the MCAT, you take the test, you use the score, you apply to college schools and write the secondaries and whatever. Like, it's, you can apply whenever you want. I think I saw a statistic that was like average age of medical school entrants are like 26 years old. I don't know if that's actually real, but either way, I'm thinking like, well, I'm only 23. Young 23. If I was like 30 and I applied to medical school, I honestly don't think I would really care that much. At that point, you know, I'm at the end of my rope. You know, it's like last resort, like, fuck it, yeah, I guess I should apply to medical school. So, you know, I just don't really care right now. I'm not like that pressed. Just doing whatever right now and just having some fun. And then I'll see at the end of this journey if I still want to apply to medical school or do something else. I don't know. I'm not that stressed to apply as soon as possible, so I'm just exploring right now. Yeah, I know a lot of people, especially if you're on a medical school track, they get very neurotic about doing everything as fast as possible, you know, trying to speed run college and school and life while being like super efficient and doing all like as much as they can. And I think that's good, that's cool. Like, you know, if you I think everybody knows like that very high achiever who is doing classes, maybe overloading on their classes while working part-time doing research, and like while mentoring or tutoring and doing extracurriculars, like in part being a vice president of like eBoard on clubs and doing like sports or whatever. You know, like there's people out there that do all of that, and it's like, holy shit, like this guy's locked in. And you know, I think especially because people tend to compare themselves a lot, they'll look at someone who's very high achieving and they'll feel bad. They'll be like, I'm not doing enough. You know, I need to be doing more. And like, especially when you're in an environment where there's like, you know, you're surrounded by other students who are also trying to like get jobs and whatever, and like trying to get ready to be pursuing a professional environment. It's just like, it all feels like a contest to try to do it as fast as possible. But I guess I've always just felt very detached from that personally. I don't really know why, but in my mind, the way I kind of see it is, you know, like I said earlier, average age of medical school applicants 26. Like I'm not that stressed, for one, that I'm behind. But also, let's say you do decide to go like pursue higher education or whatever, and you become like a doctor. Like after 4 years of med school, 4 to 9 years of residency, maybe stuff after that. Like like you're looking at post like 10 years of additional training, and maybe let's say like add another like 20 years of a career, like 20 to 30 years of your career. You're like 60 years old, you know? And once you're at that age, if you look at your colleague and they're like 63 or, you know, and they've only been working in the field for 17 years instead of 20, no one gives a shit. Genuinely, nobody cares at a certain point about what age you were when you made it to grad school, or if you graduated from high school early. Like, it actually doesn't matter in the end. 1 to 2 years difference, even 5 to 10 years difference sometimes, at the end of a career, it's all relatively meaningless. It's a drop in the bucket. It really is. What really matters is your skill set, is if you are good enough or qualified and you can do your job well. And that ultimately comes from a place of passion, I think. That's the one thing too that is, I think, very tricky, is a lot of people feel so rushed to speed run through life that they don't exactly take great care to make sure that they actually want to do what they're doing. When I was in university, I overloaded classes, and work at a research lab dissecting monkey brains to image them, and I was paid for that. It was pretty cool. I did homework during my job, which was research, and it was awesome. And I also was like a teaching fellow for a class. I was doing, I was a vice president of a fucking club. I was doing all this shit, and I didn't actually care about half of it, but I did it just because I wanted my resume to look nice. And now I'm functionally unemployed. no, look at me. I'm in such a great spot. No, but it's like, I think if I did apply to medical school at the time when I graduated and did all that, I don't think I would have been very happy. I wasn't exactly sure if I necessarily even wanted to do what I was doing. And I didn't really know why I was doing it to begin with. I just think if I ever got stuck after 10 years of fucking medical school training in a job that I realized I hated after I had already spent over a decade of my life into training in specking into being this job, that also put me $500,000 in fucking debt to pay for the school, I would just be like, fuck, I'm fucked. That would just be like the worst thing ever. It would be such a fucking waste. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on everything like that. It's like, I'm not that stressed about time-wise, and I think I would rather take my time. I think it's important to take your time for some things too. Like, especially in a decision that will lock you into a career path for a long time. I don't know if anybody even cares about any of this, but yeah, just kind of speaking my personal opinions. You can disregard everything I'm saying and just do whatever you want, man. Fucking pursue your ultra super cool career and try to speedrun as fast as possible so you can be the youngest person to do whatever job that you want to do, because that will obviously be very, very profitable for you in the future, in the long term. And of course, my answer to this question is also why it's so important, guys, to play Brawl Stars all day. See, it's so important, guys. Look, you're doing what you want to do. You're doing what you're passionate about. Be unemployed and play Brawl Stars all day, guys. Do not listen to your parents. Next time your mom is harping on you, like, when are you gonna go get a job? Shut up, mom. I'm pursuing my dreams. And then you gotta go down into the fridge and steal all of the food that she bought. What software do you use for your thumbnails? This is one. Krita, because it's free. Bedlam, you can draw? No. not in the fucking actual artist sense, but I can make do with like shitty sketches, because I think there's a particular skill that I've gained, bless me, from doing YouTube for so long, I guess. And one of the things that I've gotten good at is getting a sense for composition, but for YouTube thumbnails only. Like, I have a better idea of what looks good as a YouTube thumbnail. Like, I could look at an image and be like, okay, that I think looks pretty good. Or I'll look at an image and I'll be like, okay, I think these things should be different and it would look better. This is a very specific skill that will not transfer to like anything else. Like, I'm not gonna be drawing in art school with my thumbnail knowledge. I guess for YouTube thumbnails that are like eye catch, I can like do okay. What's your first job? How do I make money? I want money. This was 2 months ago, before the job crisis shit really started picking up. Okay, my first job, it was like this under the table thing. I don't even know if I'm gonna mention that. My first actual job was, I worked for Home Depot as like I forgot the name of the role. I was basically stocking shelves and like helping customers if they walked up to me with questions. That was my fucking job. It was like a very, they add some kind of fancy words like technician, like some kind of a merchandise technician or something. I don't know. It was just a shitty job. I think I worked at that job with a couple of my high school friends, and we just played Brawl Stars at the job. Oh, I remember. No, dude, it was actually it was funny because I worked there with a couple of my high school friends, but then we realized when we got there that there were other people who we were friends with in high school who were also working there. It was like over the summer. We had like different shifts, so we couldn't hang out during the shift, but like, around the shift we would like talk about it, and we like whenever for like the hour that the shift overlapped, we would play like Brawl Stars together instead of helping the customers. Oh my god, dude. There were a lot of customers that walked up, I'll say, to us while we were like on the job, and we just passed them off to someone else. Like, so a customer would ask like, hey, do you know where the nails are? I need the specific 16-inch nails. What trial is that in? And we would just look at each other and we'd be like, oh yeah, so if you actually go over to Bill over there, yeah, he's standing in the air over right there, aisle 7, apron, he'll help you out. It's just like shit like that. We had to delegate all of the responsibilities of the job and just like do fucking nothing. It was actually such a stupid job. That shit was very dumb. We should not have been getting paid what we did. You know what's crazy is that I live in Massachusetts. The minimum wage here is like $20. Back then, I think it was a little less than that. Maybe it was $20. I forget exactly how much I got paid for that job. I was overpaid to stand around and do fuck all, and shooting the shit with my friends. And that's the best kind of jobs, honestly. Pro tip is, if you want to not absolutely hate your fucking retail job, because every retail job is the most soul-sucking shit imaginable. Like, just being forced to help customers and interface with them in any sense is just automatically, like, you put in an 8-hour shift on that, you go home and you're drained for the rest of the day. It's just fucked. But yeah, the best way to actually get through a job like that is to make friends with someone who works there. If you have a friend who works in your shift, that makes the job like bearable. It's like, it's actually okay. If you don't have that, you're probably like a year or two away from just showing up on the news one day. Okay, we'll put it that way. So those are my tips of having worked after working at Home Depot. I worked at Home Depot. It was horrible, but I had friends, so it was chill. Tell me about I work for Geek Squad. Yeah, and it's not even like, you know what was crazy is, like, I didn't even have to deal with the brunt end of it. Like, you know, like I said, like, I just delegated all the shitty customers to someone else to deal with a lot of the time. And I was also stocking shelves a lot, so I didn't necessarily have to talk to people that often. It's just like, there's just something about it, man. Just being there to help customers at all, and like being forced to interact with customers, like, especially if you have to do it regularly, just something about it is like just innately soul draining. It's way worse than like school or anything else. I don't know why it's so fucking bad, because I got paid like more than I should have, in my opinion, for what I was doing, and I was still like, I hate this job. It's so weird. Retail job sucks, but I think every human should experience that kind of job. It builds empathy, not gonna lie. You know what, actually, I'm the opposite case. I heard that saying a lot before I took the Home Depot job. It was like, hey, everybody should work a job in retail because it like builds empathy. And I was like, shit, man, I guess, yeah, I mean, I'd be really curious, I guess, to learn, like, what is it like actually like to work a retail job. I worked in the retail job and I lost respect. I lost the sense of respect that I had for retail workers that I had before. Like, before I worked at Home Depot, like, I would do everything I can to avoid like retail workers, because I just didn't want to bother them. I'd like be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I would just like, you know, I think I was doing too much. After I worked for the retail job, I actually started walking up to them more and like asking them for help, because after working the job, I'm like, okay, it's not really that big of a deal if you just go up to them and like bother them for something. Like, they're okay with helping you out. It's like fine. And also, you know, a lot of people will make fun of being a YouTuber. Guys, this is not a Hassan being a streamer is harder than working an actual job argument, but it's adjacent. It's a working an actual job. Okay, let's not pretend that you're locked in like the whole job. Okay, like, listen, it's soul draining, but if you have a friend that works at the job with you, a lot of the time you're not actually working. You're standing around and you're just talking, or, you know, you're just like having conversations where you're like fucking around. For some jobs that are like, you know, like where you're just like standing around like waiting for something to happen, it's just like I don't ever want to hear someone who takes their fucking shit on company time tell me that I am lazy. Okay. I don't want to get shit for not working hard enough from someone who is spending 3 hours of their 8-hour shift fucking around with their friend in the corner, okay, or like not, you know, just like talking, having like fun conversations with their friend, like scrolling Instagram reels for most of their shift, or like scrolling like Reddit or playing Brawl. Like, bro, you are not locked in on your job. Your job is not that hard. Okay, stop. It is soul draining. It is very tiring, especially if you work with customers. But when you have to write a YouTube script, okay, I cannot take a 3-hour Brawl Stars break while on Discord call with my friends while writing a YouTube script and then get anything done. I just can't. I have to be logged in the whole time. Okay, it's a different level of dedication. I worked after Home Depot. I did work for like I worked as like a student like guide for my college for a bit. That was a lot of fun, actually. Why is Unk projecting his work experience on all 9-to-5s? I'm not. It's just like, listen, if you're working retail in like an Amazon warehouse, like, I feel bad for you. Like, okay, that is a case where I'm like, okay, you're listening. I'm sorry, okay, you're going through it. I think it's more blue collar jobs, I will say. It's just like where you're sitting at is that blue collar? No, I think that's white. Fuck, I don't know the difference between the collars. It's the job where you sit at a desk sometimes. That's like the most comfy, like especially in an office where you can like spend most of your time like doing meetings like writing emails like that, dude. I worked at a fucking the research lab for a bit, and half of that job, literally 50% of the hours I clocked in was just me like walking to a different room to do a fucking meeting. That shit was actually slop. White collar, yeah, that shit is actually slop. There's just a lot of jobs where, especially if it's like computer work, you can get it done in like 3 hours when you have a work shift of like 8, and you're clocking all 8 when you finish your work in 3. Okay, you're just spending the rest of the 5 taking your shits, eating your lunch, and scrolling whatever, you know, fucking algorithmic feed of your choice, or talking to your friend. Like, it's not like that is a fucking chill ass job. Let's see. Do you enjoy making Lambda videos, or do you think making them is boring now? Personally, one could say Lambda videos have been getting really boring, and recently I've been seeing myself just using it as an unproductive background video because, oh yeah, it's my favorite Asian boys new upload. Clicking out midway because I zoned out, I forget it's there. It was a lot better to feel like what you're watching is good stuff and can't be recreated. Kill the routinely. We're gonna play ranked for a bit, maybe do a Q&A or something else. Please, cooking video. I think the reason Lambda videos were good was because you used to rant about your life, your problems, or an article you read, or teammates, or whatever, tell stories. Recently you just talked about Brawl Stars and how Gene got useless buff. Yeah, I mean, this is fair. I think with the Lambda videos, I switch between making it more personal, but also making it like an actual video related to Brawl Stars. I think for me, the Lambda videos are more just kind of a reflection of what I'm interested. I don't think there are some times where I make a video just because I have to, but most of the times the videos are more me asking a question and answering it in some way. So if I'm making a video about ranked, that's like, you know, we're gonna test like a fucking random 200 HP buff on Gene or whatever. I don't think I've done a video on that, but like, okay, there's a balance change, and this Brawler got a buff. Is the Brawler actually like meaningfully better now? I don't know, and I'm curious. I think my perspective on it is a little bit different too, because I personally enjoy Brawl Stars. Kind of, I know, shocking to hear. A lot of people don't, and so they don't relate to that. But I enjoy Brawl Stars, and I personally find it interesting to explore Brawl Stars sometimes. When I make a ranked video, I always have in the back of my head, like, I personally, just for my sake, am curious what has changed, if anything, especially like if I'm testing a balance change or testing some new thing. And like, I think you can also see with like the free-to-play video series I've been doing lately too, is like, I am just personally curious, like, okay, how fast can I get a account maxed out, or like account 2 masters free-to-play just starting from scratch? Like, how long would it take? I don't know. Kairos made his free-to-play series like years ago, so it's kind of out of date now, and a lot of things have changed, and I'm just personally curious. I think for me, the motivation is mostly in solving some kind of curiosity of mine. If I'm just making videos that's talking about my life, I think that would be more interesting for you guys to watch as a viewer, but I think I would be bored. Like, I don't know how Ken does it. I have seen some of Ken's videos. He plays Clash Royale and is just fucking around, but he fucking hates Clash Royale. I don't think he likes playing Clash Royale, and he is forcing himself to play this game while talking about his life. The game is just an excuse to talk about his life, and I'm watching this and I'm like, this guy does not enjoy this game. But his life stories are definitely interesting. Like, it's engaging to watch as someone, you know, as like a viewer, to like listen to this guy's life. Just some random Ken rant on about his life while he plays this game that he's pretty good at. But as a creator, like from a creator's perspective, like if you look at Ken's channel, every now and then he uploads a Minecraft video where he's like, I fucking hate my life and I have no idea why I'm doing anything that I'm doing, and I wanted everything to stop, and the pain will never stop, and I'm just miserable, and I just feel like I'm trapped in a corner. It's just like holy shit, bro. You know, I don't ever want to be in that position. And maybe I'm still inadvertently going there. I want to have fun making the videos. I really do. I want to enjoy it. And if I'm making a ranked video and focusing on the whole time talking about my life, which I personally, I don't even know if it would be that interesting. Maybe it would, but I think I would get depressed. I would feel fucking crazy, bro. I should probably talk about myself more. That's a fair criticism, though. The problem is, guys, is I'm a very boring person. The thing that like freaks me out is like, what if I want to talk about my life one day but I have nothing to say? Like, how many stories can you tell, you know? I like, to actually make a video like that, you have to go outside and like experience life to then share it with people. But I stay inside all day writing scripts, bro. Ken doesn't make main channel videos anymore, bro. He does exclusively Ken. I stream and write scripts and like edit and stuff that takes like sometimes I will spend the whole day just editing. It's like, okay, hey guys, let's talk about in my life. I sat in a chair for 8 hours. Like, you know, I'd watch. All right. Nah, man, but it's just like there's nothing funny there. It's just sad. It's like okay. I sat in a chair all day and I edited video. I am, after spending 8 hours, I am 1/10 of the way done. Like, expect main channel video never, because by the time I finish it, it'll be out of date and I'll have to rewrite it and then re-edit half of it. I don't know. You can make your life interesting by doing weird shit. Try to make others at the gym uncomfortable. That's a good point though. Is what I really respect what I said earlier. Being crazy makes for better content. If you're a bad person, you make better videos. Just straight up, okay? Because if you're a bad person and you can like make people around you uncomfortable or like crack jokes at people's expense or like just generally be like rude to people, like that can be funny if you do it right. And it's way funnier to see that and way more enjoyable than to see someone just like being generally pleasant or nice. There's incentives with YouTube and content creation to just be a piece of shit. And it's very scary seeing that void because I see it in front of me every day. I mean, I'm choosing to not go down that route, but I don't think I could. The people who do, they pop off. You know, like going to the gym and making people uncomfortable is like something that I don't think I could do it, guys. I barely could go to fucking Sweden and stream the event that I fucking make videos about. I could, like, it was hard for me to stream and like get footage and record at Brawl World Finals because I just felt like an asshole, especially a gym that I live near and go to regularly. If I like stir a fuss there, I would just feel so bad. I am genuinely too shy. That is probably a problem. But yeah, I should do things to try to make the second channel videos more interesting, obviously. Guys, what do I do to make my life more interesting? Become Jack Doherty? Jack Doherty Lamb? What the hell? I don't think I even know who that is, and I think that's a good thing. Do you do gloving? Bedlam, am I going to Harvard? Yeah, man. I don't want to be... I'm not trying not to be mean. What did you do after 15.5 hour subathon? Did you refund all the shite games? I actually think I forgot to refund some of it. I refunded a couple games, but most of them I actually left unrefunded. Like the games I enjoyed and played a lot of too, yeah. Oh, and then also after the actual subathon itself, I slept and then scrolled my comments. Like I usually do, and then probably started working on my second channel video. I don't know, and like that's basically all I do is I just make videos and I scroll comments and go to the gym every now and then, cook my food. I've been reading Lord of the Mysteries lately. I think I mentioned that before. Lately, a lot of my free time has been taken up by reading a fucking web novel series called Lord of the Mysteries, which has like 3,000 chapters, and each one is like so fucking addicting. And it's so bad. All of my free time is gone. It's like horrible. Probably just slept and then made video. What music do you listen to? I listen to video game OSTs and remixes, a little bit of alternative, indie, rock and pop, electronic, synthwave, vaporwave, hip-hop, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. It's just kind of a hodgepodge of... I've listened to most things. Oh, I also listened to like a lot of webcore stuff recently, which I think might fall under like electronic kind of. And I don't listen to Lofi. Listen to some Polish disco. Is it good? I actually like the European music that I heard when when I went to McDonald's in Sweden, they had like this really chill ass music playing. It was good. Like whoever was running that McDonald's had good music taste. They're playing like European electronic music. That shit was fire. I actually liked it. I'll also quickly shout favorite music groups right now that I've been listening to. I really like the Districts Fire Band. Loved their song, specifically Young Blood, I think is like super good. And also they have a song called Long Distance that they did like a live version of. That shit goes hard. I like Sweet Trip. They had a controversy, but everything that they make is genuinely like peak. Really like Oliver Buckland's Meta Room and Graham Cartna. I also really like, there's like a super chill synthwave guy called Yu Utsu who deleted like all of his shit and now it doesn't exist anymore, but on YouTube, and it's good. Some other stuff, I don't know. Boo Stone the Streamer. What is Lofi? Okay, I've never heard of these songs before, bro. From the Start, Goddess, Let Me Break Your Heart Again, Falling Behind. I have never heard of these before, bro. Oh, this is the TikTok song. Okay, it's a TikTok song. I see. No, yeah, I've heard this song before. It's okay. All pop girls love her. What happened to Sydney Sweeney? Wait, does she make music or is she? Does that? Am I thinking of someone else? Who's that blonde white girl who makes like the music that everybody really likes? That was like super performative for a bit. Sabrina Carpenter. Yeah, Sabrina Carpenter. What happened to her? Did she fall off, or is Laffy the new blonde white girl that we need to listen to now? I need to have someone who's knowledgeable in performative culture to inject the instructions into my brain so that I can follow like a good little subservient robot. Have you had any near-death experiences? I stay inside all day. One day I ate dinner with no YouTube for 5 minutes until I realized my mistake. Scream. Is Expedition 33 worth playing? Does anybody know? This guy asked if I've played it yet. I heard it won Game of the Year in like every category, but I don't... They have a website? Tomorrow Comes. Wait, what? Yeah, this looks like a Game of the Year game. It has like kind of like extremely high quality graphics, Elden Ring boss, you know? Yeah. Maybe it looks like a turn-based RPG? It doesn't look that interesting. It might... Wait, if it's a turn-based RPG, then isn't it just worse than Elden Ring? It must have a good story, or a good music probably, and good graphics, I don't know. I do not have a pet, but I'm a cat person. Default Cube asks, if the orange fruit wasn't the color orange, what color would it be even though it's still called an orange? Why would it still be called an orange if it's not the color orange? This is like a question. This person was probably high. This is a question you ask yourself when you're on fucking something and you just crack up. How good were you academically? Pretty good. The color is named after the fruit? You could be fucking with me, but I don't know. Wait, why is an orange called an orange? Oranges are called oranges because the English word for the fruit came from the Old French orange, which came from the Arabic naranj, which came from the Sanskrit naranga. The color orange was named after the fruit, not the other way around, with the color term only entering English in the 16th century after the fruit became common, replacing older terms like yellow, red. Orange used to be called yellow, red? Sanskrit? They came from the Himalayas. First cultivated in China? They grow abundantly in China. What? It's one of the largest... I had no idea, guys. I thought oranges were like a southern hemisphere thing. What the fuck? Wait, that's insane. Oh, that's why orange chicken, guys. That's why Chinese food uses oranges, bro. They make orange chicken with it. Because it's indigenous there. That makes sense. Wow, the more you know. Aren't all oranges from China automatically mean it's a mandarin? Wait. Oh, yo. Mandarins are called mandarins because they're named after the fucking Chinese officials, bro. What the fuck? Whoa. Wait, that's crazy. I think I've just become a little bit more worldly, guys. I guess if the orange fruit wasn't the color orange... This question still doesn't make any fucking sense. Why did I come back to this? What color would it be even though it's still called an orange? That doesn't make any sense, bro. It would be yellow-red. Okay, top 3 favorite brain rots. I think in this order... Among Us, Hawk Tuah. I think 6-7 beats Skibbity Toilet. I think 6-7 does beat Skibbity Toilet out. Because 6-7 is just more applicable. Skibbity Toilet, you only ever call it out when a toilet comes up. But 6-7 is like, it's a universal. I see old people saying 6-7. Old people do not say Skibbity Toilet. Bowser Fart? Is that a brain rot? To me, that's just fine art. It doesn't really count. Among Us also was like you would see Among Us in everything, dude. I saw an Among Us in like a fucking fire hydrant once. That shit was still bad. That was a bad rot. Among Us Sus was so bad. Hawk Tuah was also like insane. That could also be recency bias. Guys, is there a better rot than Hawk Tuah or Among Us that I'm not remembering? Ohio Sigma Riz. Pre-pandemic, was there anything good? I don't think brain rot as a concept really existed pre-pandemic. They were just memes before. I think the pandemic actually just fucked people, and so now we call it brain rot. Tough Baby is peak. Tough Baby is nice. Low key, I've been looking at there's this guy in like who's Chinese. He does this thing where he like slaps his face and does like mouth popping. He's like like I can't remember. He's like pop 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 pop. He like pops his. I've been seeing AI cats do that now on Reels. That shit is funny as fuck. So I'm gonna go with 6-7 with honorable mention Skibbity Toilet. Oh, Charlie Kirk. Dude, does Charlie Kirk count as a brain rot though, Lazarus? I feel like that's like if you can, is a dead person a brain rot? Oh god. Yo, that's so fucking crazy. I don't think Kirk beats out any of the top 4 that I mentioned though. It's a little too edgy. I think it's also partially psyoped by people who made a crypto coin out of it. I heard that like when Charlie Kirk died, someone immediately started like making like a fucking crypto coin out of it called like Kirk coin, and then that person made like all these really crazy AI generated videos on algorithms and that's how it took off. I heard this is just like a guy who owned the coin that was pushing the meme like super hard trying to make money off of someone's death. That shit was crazy. Yeah, it doesn't beat any of the top 4 anyways. Would you consider playing more horror games for variety streams like Amnesia? Oh my fucking god, dude, Amnesia would be too scary. Do you guys want more horror games? I feel like there's only so many times I can scream until you guys get bored. You know what? It's also just me. Like, I don't want to. I get scared. Guys, the truth is, I'm just scared to play more horror games. I'm gonna get scary nightmare. No. Yeah, I could play more horror games sometime. Kirkification is brain rot. Charlie Kirk is not. Yeah, I got kirked too. I've gotten images from people in my Discord server who kirked me. I guess I should consider it a badge of honor. Favorite game to play off stream for fun? I really like Risk of Rain 2 and Terraria. No, I'll do Terraria first. They get the seat of honor. Terraria and Risk of Rain 2 in that order. After watching your last video, I'm curious. Okay, this was a video from over a month ago. Do you think your desire of wanting a girlfriend might come from wanting the social approval associated with being in a relationship rather than actually wanting to be in a relationship? No, I think I just want someone. Okay, it's kind of weird because on one hand, I desperately want to be loved and to love someone and to cuddle and stuff and do like relationship things. But on the other hand, I don't have enough time to give a person like that enough investment from me, so I think it might be cooked. It's not really like a wanting social I don't give a fuck about the social approval of having a girlfriend all that much. It's more just for myself, but the problem is I don't have enough, like, guys, I'm already emotionally exhausted to the point where I don't even respond to my DMs. Oh my god, imagine I get a fucking girlfriend and I just never talk to her. God. I text her once at the end of the day, like, hey babe, sorry, I've been busy, you know how it is. I will love you and do cuddles and stuff for the admin role. Okay, bro. We do an anniversary video of you playing with your feet. You know what's crazy is that my second channel is not even a year old. I didn't realize this when I was thinking about stuff to do for New Year's tomorrow. I was like, wait a second, I haven't even had this channel I did, because I was thinking like, what did I do last year for New Year's? I'm like, wait a minute, I never did a New Year's last year. I didn't have a second channel. What if the thing you to charge your emotional battery is love? Well, the problem with that supernova is that at that point I'm a burden on my partner, right? If I go to my partner every day to recharge my emotional battery, what about my partner? Like, how is she gonna recharge? You know, it's I think it's a little bit much to ask for someone to be like, can you always just like let me just be silent around you and just like recharge and like use you basically as like my emotional support battery? Like, I don't, like obviously, you know, like you need to talk to them and give. You have to be willing. You have to give as well as receive in a relationship. She question mark? Okay, bro. All right, guys. Why is everyone saying she? I am straight. Oh, you guys are funny. What? Bedlam? I think this would be you if you were born as a girl. Do you agree with my opinion? And he links a video called Matan Destroys Feminists in Heated Debate. Am I the feminist? Guys, Silksong OST low-key. It's like a 7 out of 10. And that's a generous rating. I'm sorry. I just have to be honest. No, like it has some good songs, but there's like 2. Hollow Knight, every song was a banger. It is like back-to-back bangers in Hollow Knight. I think the comparison would be in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Well, no, I don't know if Breath of the Wild's a good example. I was gonna compare like, you know, like just the random ambient music you have when you walk around versus like the town music. Like Hollow Knight is like more just town music from Breath of the Wild, whereas Silksong feels more just like stuff in the background that's like kind of okay, but it's a little droney. It just doesn't catch in your mind. Like Hollow Knight melodies go so hard. They're all so good. I really like in Silksong, I think unironically, the sewer place, I already forgot what it's called. My brain just blocked it as a PTSD response. That sewer place with the gross maggots actually has a really nice music, and it's the only thing that saves that entire area. Cogwork Core is good music too, and the Choral Chambers is good. I couldn't tell you a single other OST in the entire game that I liked, like really enough to listen to it on my own. And I like video game OSTs. Bilewater, oh yeah, Peak Water. You know, but Hollow Knight has so many bangers. We got the City of Tears, we've got Hornet, we got every single boss I could probably just name. Well, I couldn't name it, but like Dung Defender music is really good. Grim Troop music is really good. The Nightmare King, what is it? The Queen's thing, the train station, the soul, like the grave area. I don't know, it's just like there's so much good stuff. Oh, Dirtmouth. Yeah, Dirtmouth music in Hollow Knight is also really good. Favorite Terraria mod? I really like old Fargo's Souls mod was really fun. This is like very specific Terraria knowledge. There's a mod called like Fargo's Souls mod that is considered, I think it's like usually that and Calamity are considered like the two big content mods that are like super fun and very replayable. Fargo's Souls mod, it was notoriously known for being very difficult, and it was very awesome because it was just like it reworked like every boss to be super tough. They added these items that like are amalgamations of like every item in the game, and you would collect them all and craft it into this charm that like becomes like something crazy cool, and you become like a god at the end. It's like super fun. That was how it was in the old days. Right now, Fargo Souls mod, they made it way easier by adding choreographs to every attack. So like in like old Fargos, you used to have like just a bunch of fucking projectile spam all over the screen. If this is you and the boss is like here, they would just shoot like a bunch of projectiles like everywhere, and it was like you'd have to like try to weave everything and dodge. It was like cool, very punishing and very hard, but it was cool. But now a boss will throw a fucking laser out first that doesn't do any damage, and then a half second later or a full second later, then the boss will shoot the attack, and then it's like it's just so much easier to dodge it. And like it does make it help for like visual clarity for some cases, but in a lot of times it just feels like they're just making the fight easier. And then for the actual charms that I mentioned of like the cool items you like build at the end of the game after like collecting all this stuff, they added all these ways so you can kind of just like get the items very easily now. It's just not the same. It's just not the same. Yeah, Fargo Souls mod was really nice, but back in the day. But now it's yeah. Sounds like you'd be a fan of Toho. Sadly, I don't like bullet hell for the sake of bullet hell. I like bullet hell that will allow me to craft an item to then fight a harder bullet hell later, and then use that to become a godlike being that can traverse the map fast and build cool houses and dig fast. That's what I want. Terraria. I don't like just Toho shit. What do you think of people saying the locker scene with Invisigal was SA? Do you feel the same? I'm actually gonna wait. Let me Google something really quick. Okay, definitionally, it might be. I don't remember the scene. It's a very gray area that probably is leaning more towards it being SA in a technicality than not. But you don't know what the question is about. There's a game called Dispatch. It's called Dispatch, and I did beat the game on stream. And in it, there's a scene where like one of the love interests in Invisigal comes over and kisses the main character in a locker room. Oh. I think she goes invisible too to like do it after pretending to leave or something. And the main character is like taken by surprise, and you have the choice of like leaning into it or like pulling away or something. I think from what I recall, I think because she's like a romanceable partner, depending on the route you take, it might actually be fine. Like if you are clearly showing interest in Invisigal throughout the entire game, like from a lore perspective, you're actually giving, like you're showing interest, I feel like. And maybe you could say that there's some body language interpretability to show that maybe a kiss was like within reason. If you're someone who's like clearly not going down for the Invisigal route through that whole game, and then she still goes for the kiss and it's like not consensual, probably a type of SA. But this is all very detached from any form. It's like in society, men generally getting essayed is not really like seen as big of a deal. Especially a kiss is just not seen as big of a deal. Whether or not you think that's right, that's just kind of how it is. Yeah, and also like if you lean into it too, you know, as the character, it's like yeah. But also like, you know, getting in the weeds on something like this, I'm gonna be honest, guys. Okay, like guys, if you are a straight guy and a hot girl kisses you without your consent, I think it's harder to find people who are not okay with it than people who are. That doesn't make it right, but I don't know. Without your consent, quotation marks. To answer, without your consent, quotation marks, like, you know, without verbal consent, I mean. Someone who says it's like, what? Okay, but what if you're married and it happens? I assume you mean like you're married to someone else and like some girl kisses you, like some hot girl kisses you without your verbal consent, then, you know, and then, you know, my guess is you tell your girlfriend or wife, like, hey babe, some girl, crazy bitch, she like forced herself on me and kissed me without my consent. I didn't want it at all. But you're not like traumatized, you know? You're not gonna be like, fuck babe, I think I'm gonna have to talk to someone about this. This really made me feel really horrible. You're probably gonna be like, babe, it wasn't my fault. I didn't want it, but she made me do it, and it's, you know, I'm really sorry. It's her fault, but not mine. I think that's kind of more the reaction. You know, it's just kind of like yeah, like babe, for real, on my soul, I didn't want it. I'm too single to have this conversation. Bro's making girls in here uncomfortable. Where are the girls? Wait, what? I'm joking. Holy shit, that's a joke. Well, okay, all my viewers are like 18. That's probably no, yeah, like, no, I don't care. Let's move on. Sorry, I just saw this image. Oh fuck. My grandparents told me they're gonna disown me if I don't quit opiates, but I can't quit because I'm addicted. Okay. And the police told me if I don't tell them who my suppliers, they'll put me in jail. But my supplier's my friend. Bedlam, what do I do? Slime out your friend, bro. What the fuck? You slime your friend out. I don't. What the hell? What do you mean? Listen, loyalty is not worth years of your life. I'd snitch for a KFC. Yeah, we're also like over a month late to responding. What's your favorite banana color? Oh, I mean, this is a joke question because I was gonna just say, okay. I forgot the ripeness level is like actually debated. Mostly yellow with like some brown spots. Opinion on antidepressants? I think they exist and are a valid tool to treat depression in a therapeutic context. Yummy. Are you antidepressant or pro-depressant? I'm very pro-depressant, but only in social settings. How many subscribers would you need to make an Otto von Bedlam cosplay? Okay, I was like kind of curious. This is the original image. This is the original. Okay, it is AI face swapped with my face. That's crazy. I couldn't tell. I was like, is that what he actually just looks like? But no, this is just an AI face off of my face. I expected to see a bunch of Agarthan people with blonde hair and blue eyes offering me a Mountain Dew, or sorry, a Monster. I'm a fake cell. But instead, I just got a bunch of people who looked like they could have been from Boston, but are generally maybe slightly more attractive. Everyone in Sweden, guys, their traditional food is all just like Thanksgiving food, where they just eat like meatballs and gravy and mashed potatoes like that. It's and then like cranberry jam. That's like all they eat. And if you don't want to eat that and you want to eat like different types of, like, if you want to eat out somewhere else that isn't traditional Swedish food, they all just serve like burgers and pizza. Like every single store there sells burgers or pizza or Swedish food, which is just Thanksgiving food. It's good, but you know, it's just like that's kind of it's a city. Who or what or why was the reason you went into content? This is a kind of a, it depends on what kind of question you're asking. So like I started focusing more on doing content as like the main thing that I was doing because it started getting big and I started making money off of it. But originally I just started because I thought it could be fun to try it. It was literally my only thought. I think I graduated college, and on the day of my graduation, I basically I was just like, you know what, fuck it, let's just upload a video and see what happens. And that's the first video that's on my Bedlam channel that I didn't take down. That's literally it. Yeah, there's not really any greater story. I was just curious what would happen, and so I just did it. And then after a while, then like I started getting more views. Oh, a lot of stuff is still being deleted. What the fuck? Oh my god. Holy shit, stuff's getting Thanos snapped before my very eyes. What do you feel about people that make racist jokes on themselves, like Indians with no showering or Asians looking the same? How do you feel about these people? I don't really care about them that much. It doesn't really bother me, and they're just kind of living their life. You know, this is a kind of thing where it's just people getting ahead of other people making fun of them. If you make fun of yourself, it makes it a lot weaker if someone else makes fun of you for the same reason or the same way. And so it's kind of like a very rudimentary way of just like dodging a joke that someone else might make before it happens. You know, like they're free to do that if they want to. It doesn't really matter. Like it's just like a little, it might be a little cringe, but I'm not gonna hold being cringe against anybody. I was cringe too once. Probably still cringe today. It is what it is. Okay, so The last question is from Seth, who wrote a 3-part essay. I would have arranged this better, but Discord's 2k char limit is annoying as fuck to work around. You'll also notice that there's hardly any commas or periods or quotation marks or apostrophes in this. They were the first on the chopping block. When he ran out of space, we needed to finish a sentence, so it's a bit of a rough read. Okay. My opinions. Buffies are just passive buffs. Aiming gadgets is cool, but that's not related to buffies. It could be added without them. Same for all these reworks. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to skim to find the question. Okay, assumptions? Resources won't feel good. I'm still not seeing the question. There is no question, I'm sorry. Are you the one who wrote this? I would have loved a good update or two focusing on bugs and quality of life. Examples of quality of life. Specific pins disabled. I have bad mental. Alright. Let me order brawlers how I want in ranked. I think that's too much work for like any player to actually do, to be honest. Like, are we really ordering 100 brawlers? I don't know. Maybe. Honestly, just favoriting some brawlers, it takes a long time to unfavorite them after. I think they just need to organize the brawler page better. 6,800 skins. I think a disable skins option kind of defeats the point of skins. But not to beat a dead horse. I've had games with 1k teammates. Okay, matchmaking complaints. Fixing bugs. Okay. Map maker people. Better training cave. Okay. The problem with all of these quality of life requests is if they spend a whole update on this, then we're gonna have 2 months of nothing, literally nothing, and that is probably terrible for player retention and excitement and revenue. So spending, you know, like paying 100 people a video game developer salary, which can be like 6 figures, it's like the shit is just not worth it to do. Yeah, you know, like they should be fixed, but they'll probably not prioritized, and they will be fixed later. Probably I was just mad as fuck about buffies. I still have to make my video on buffies, so. All right, so with that, we finally finished Ask Bedlam. There are no more questions. And I think I'm going to not reopen this channel for now. I closed the channel a while ago, so I would actually have time to catch up on everything. I think we're going to leave it closed for the foreseeable future. And with that, that's the end of Ask Bedlam for now. I'll maybe consider reopening this channel at some point. But I think I feel bad about opening it right now and then just not getting to any of the questions in like months. So we're gonna close it for now. And also a lot of the questions when I leave it open just end up being like total slop. Like this is after a bunch of questions got deleted. Apine went over time and deleted a bunch of the slop questions, and we're still left with a lot of questions that are just kind of like, you know, not that high quality. So I will probably leave it closed until I feel like doing another Q&A at some point. But yeah, now this channel exists and we have the framework for it and we know what to do. So that's going to be for me. Take care of yourselves. Thanks everybody who asked a question. Thanks for you for watching. In the new year, I'll see if we may actually upload a single video on the main channel. Take care of yourselves, guys. As always, I'll see you all in the next one. Love you. Peace. Bye. I have to go back to writing now. The Buffy's video. It's looking like a meaty one again.